Which dating app is actually the best in 2026? Because let's be honest, it feels like every year there's a new app, a new feature, a new algorithm update, and you're way too busy to be wasting hours swiping just to end up with nothing to show for it. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly where you should be allocating your time in 2026 so you can stop swiping endlessly and start landing real dates. And quick heads up, 81% of the people watching my videos aren't even subscribed. So if you've been getting value from this channel, hit subscribe. It helps a lot more than you think. All right, let's get into it. So let's start with the most popular dating app in the world, Tinder. In my opinion, Tinder used to be one of the best dating apps, but heading into 2026, it's honestly very overrated. Over the past couple of years, Tinder has declined really hard. A lot of high quality users have left for better platforms, and that's basically created an app that's flooded with fake profiles, low effort users, and people who aren't really serious about dating. If you've used Tinder this year, you could probably relate. It's like 90% bots, ladies of the night, and 40-year-old single moms who are just really angry about the world. And Tinder knows this too. As a company, Tinder is very mature and is starting to decline. So rather than focusing on fixing their app and making it a better user experience, they focused on trying to squeeze their remaining users for as much money as possible. In 2026, it's extremely difficult to get any real traction on Tinder without paying for premium. Gold, platinum, boosts, super likes, the whole shebang. And here's the worst part. Even after you pay, when you unlock your likes and see who's actually engaging with your profile, you'll usually notice the quality is far lower than the other apps. Now, to be fair, Tinder does still work in certain parts of the world. So if you're in Latin America or certain parts of Asia, Tinder can actually be great, sometimes even without paying for premium. But if you're in North America or Europe, Tinder is mostly a waste of time. So my recommendation for 2026 is you should still have a Tinder profile, swipe a little bit, but don't get emotionally invested and don't make it your main focus. Just kind of use it for fun and to supplement your other dating apps. All right, next up, Bumble. So traditionally, Bumble was known as the app where women have to make the first move. In theory, it sounded pretty progressive, but in reality, it just kind of sucked for everyone. Most matches expired, and when women did send that first message, it was almost always hey or hi or how are you, which really did nothing for the conversation. Over the past year, Bumble made a huge change with their new opening move feature. So for the first time ever, men can finally send the first message on Bumble if the woman sets up an opening move. And Bumble has been pushing most female users to set up an opening move, making the app a much better experience in 2026 than in past years. Like seriously, that one change completely revitalized the app. Bumble is still heavily marketed as a dating app for women, which matters a lot when you remember that dating apps are roughly 70% male and 30% female. So because of that positioning, Bumble still attracts higher quality female users than most other dating apps. But here's the weird thing about Bumble. Some guys absolutely crush it and other guys get barely anything, even with a solid profile. Bumble's algorithm can be brutal. I've seen tons of guys get almost no traction, delete their account, wait a few weeks and recreate it, and suddenly the app just lights up. So if you're on the wrong side of the algorithm, don't panic. Just reset your account and it can legit just change everything for you. So in 2026, Bumble is still a solid dating app, especially if you're in a major city. All right, so now let's talk about Hinge. Hinge is a very good dating app in 2026, but it's also the most unforgiving. Hinge has fully leaned into what they call the your type algorithm. What that means is this: women don't swipe nearly as much as men. Instead, they scroll through their inbound likes, and Hinge aggressively filters who even makes it into that feed. So if your profile doesn't fit her type, she'll literally never see you. And this is why so many guys feel like Hinge is only showing them unattractive women. It's not random. It's the algorithm telling you where you rank. Because unlike Tinder or Bumble, you can't brute force your way through it. On Hinge, if your photos aren't strong, if your prompts are turning women off, and if your profile isn't on point, you are invisible, bro. And this is exactly why I created Riz University. Inside, we do a custom profile breakdown, show you exactly why you're not making it into women's your type feed, and help you rebuild your profile so you actually get seen. We also do in-depth breakdowns of every dating app we're talking about in this video, so you understand how to set up your profile photos, your prompts, and most most importantly, your settings so you don't get buried in the algorithm. And right now you can join Riz University for literally less than it costs to go on a first date, but the price is going to jump up as we get more users. So click the link down in the description of this video and join Riz University right now if you want direct feedback instead of guessing in 2026. Now, one thing I love about Hinge is a lot of the features that cost money elsewhere are free on Hinge. You can change your location to any city in the world. You can send messages with likes. The only real downside is there's limited likes per day, but that's actually a good thing. Hinge rewards quality over quantity. So if you're consistent, you send out your likes every day and you include thoughtful messages on your likes, you'll see your momentum build pretty quickly over a couple of weeks. All right, next up, Facebook dating. This is where Zucky Zuck helps you get the sucky suck. Now, this one is hit or miss. If you're over 30, Facebook dating can work. I've seen guys absolutely crush it on there, but the app still has one massive flaw that really annoys me. It constantly shows you people who are hundreds of miles away. It's great for getting pen pals, but it's actually terrible for getting real dates. So if Facebook fixes this, it could be an elite dating app. But as of 2026, I probably wouldn't prioritize this as your main dating app. But if you are crushing it on Facebook dating, drop a comment below and let me know how it's working out for you. All right, I want to give an honorable mention to Instagram because while it's not a dating app, it is probably the best dating tool in 2026. But there is a caveat, okay? A lot of people think of Instagram for dating and they think of just cold DMing hundreds of girls in their city, but this is a very low percentage play, especially if your Instagram profile is not on point. You're kind of cooked and you're just going to creep out every girl in your city. So I would not recommend. The real players know that Instagram is not an outreach tool, it's a nurture tool. And it's an insanely effective nurture tool. Whether you meet a girl on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, day game, night game, if you send all of these leads to Instagram and chat with them there, your chances of going on a real date skyrocket. But again, only if your profile is on point. And this is because Instagram builds trust, social proof, and lifestyle context. When you get her number on iMessage, she kind of forgets that you're a real person. You're just kind of like an unsaved contact hitting her up. But when you message her on Instagram, she sees your profile picture, she sees your photos, she sees all your mutual friends. You actually start to feel like a real person that she's interested in and wants to meet. So very effective tool. And there are a ton of hacks to make your Instagram skyrocket as your #1 dating tool in 2026. And that's why I've added an entire Instagram Riz module inside of Riz University. Because what I've noticed is this is where most guys are leaving dates on the table in 2026. If you can figure out your Instagram game and solidify it, you're going to get more dates than you can possibly handle. So if you want to join Riz University and check that out, click the link down in the description of this video. And with that, let's get to the final verdict, okay? Which dating app is the best in 2026? Before I tell you, I want you to take a moment, go down to the comment section of this video and comment what you think is the best dating app in 2026. In my opinion, it's not Tinder, definitely not Facebook dating, it's not Bumble, it is Hinge. Hinge is by far the best dating app in 2026 because Hinge has the highest quality women, the best long-term results, and the most leverage if your profile is actually dialed in. Bumble takes a pretty strong second place, and Tinder and Facebook are situational tools, but not main strategies. My personal recommendation is to optimize the following 3 things. Make sure your Hinge profile is on point, make sure your Bumble profile is on point, and optimize your Instagram. And these 3 dating tools should be your holy trinity in 2026. And if you're tired of guessing what works and you actually just want to lock this in once and for all, we can literally fix this for you in one day with a profile review when you join Riz University. So click the link down in the description of this video. And bro, if you made it this far, what are we doing at this point? Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to drop more bangers every single week on here so we can help you crush it in 2026. So much love, and I'll see you in the next one.